Hey everybody, how's it going? Apparently I have a block of diamond. Alright, we're gonna carry on with this stuff. And the hamburger is the thing I need next. Right. Tomato. Let's grab a hoe and an egg. And let's finally... I'm gonna put a feral flare lantern in here so I can get rid of these. Is that... Also, where's my whaler gone? Have I lost a bunch of stuff because I don't have a proper hood? Controls, keybinds, whaler. What is it? What was the... What's the mod? Is it not whaler? It's not one probe. Wits? No. If players are typing in the GUI, idle with cool in-game. Yeah, no. Tooltip overhaul. Doubt it's going to be that. Shield API, no. I can't tell from any of these what it might be. Load my effing tags. Just jump a furnace. Oh, is it Jade? Yeah, it's Jade, isn't it? Which Jade is on this?
Dirt. 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 Frosted ice.
Yeah, so that's frosted ice. You're an invisible cat. So we can do. Let's just do that. What I might do is take Frostwalker off these boots. It's never ideal. Frostwalker. There we go. What was I planting here? I was planting these tomatoes. I mean, what we should do is probably clean up in here. In fact, actually, yeah, let's clean up and convert it all. Whoops. Okay, and then we ought to plug you up as well, but Okay. Let's grab our stick. If we do this, we'll just fill that. Grab some water egg. And it's you there. Hey Lara. Good, thanks. Good, thanks. And then you there. Okay, so that is, and you've got that there. Right, so we can do all of that. I'm in the UK. Right, throw this into here. Yeah, it's going alright, it's going fine. That's the mage blooms. And we'll put the tomato in there. So that'll be cabbage. Alright, onion. Have I got any onion? Can I do anything with this wild onion? That gives me allium. That's weird that gave me allium, but whatever. Throw those in there, throw that in there. Yeah, this is a good hobby. We'll plant. These can go away, these can go away. We're just trying to work our way up to crafting hamburgers at the minute. Wild cabbage. So the nice thing about this shadow stuff is that it basically replants and yeah, harvest for you. And yeah, I mostly play Minecraft on here, modded for preference, but also sometimes other things. Right, so that is some cabbage. I've got the onion. So I need a beef patty now. Goodbye, chicken. No plans. Just working through this mod pack. Right, beef patty needs minced beef, so I need raw beef. What are you? Raw pork chops. Right. Let's go. Let's go. Acquire some beef. Ah, hang on. Take the fire gun off. There we go. Raw beef. Let's grab this. Throw some of that in there. And throw you in there. I could do with like an item collector probably here. Yeah, drop a link in. Drop a link in chat. We'll see. Right, beef patty, minced beef. So we need to take that beef and we need a knife. So let's grab a diamond knife here. And you go on there. And then this. They get cooked. And we get our bread, which means we should be able... Oh, we need that tomato. Let's get that. So I'm not looking for any art or anything at the minute. If that's what you're offering. I'm all good for that. For the minute, thank you. Right, so we throw that in there, and we need the blank slate. Right, which needs deep slate and magmalith. Oh, we need this super cooler. So we either need this super cooler or we just pour lava onto basalt. Compressed basalt. Double compressed basalt. And then we want a casting basin. Let's grab a fluid tank. Grab a lava egg. And then we want a fluid transporter. We need another one. Do we even need one? Can we just... go like this and have you push. There we go. I don't know why you had been turned off. Plugin settings on. Ah, save. There it is. Is it? Why are you not showing then? Because you're all on. Block face, distance coordinates, that like is fine there. Is something else stopping it? Is something else stopping it? This battery's out of power. But I kind of don't need that anymore. Yeah, nice try, B. What is stopping you? Jade, block face. Very, very strange. But because I know the name of it, I can go category Jade. Show details. Reset. Show overlay. Show recipes. Show uses. Toggle fluid. Unless it's something on the UI here. Block info HUD. Enabled. enabled. Maybe the theme? Combines block info, HUD. This is the shield HUD. Like, I can't tell whether your energy display capacitors. Is there a way I can turn this HUD completely off? Let's go controls, keybinds, HUD. That's mechanism, that's ours. Draconic evolution. Yeah, there's no... Because the only thing I can think of is that this HUD is blocking the Jade HUD. Like, you... Preview on, preview off. Yeah, that's that. Very strange. And I don't think there's a draconic for viewing stuff, is there? Anyway, auto feed. Very, very strange. And I haven't actually got night vision. Although I do want night vision. Golden carrot. And water bottles. 1, 2, 3. You go into there. Are you still linked? Yeah, you're linked to the core. Okay, and you're storing. You're storing. I think it's just because I... Wait, you're telling me there's no shield installed? That's shield capacity. That's shield capacity. Do we need a shield control module? Maybe we need a shield control module. Which is going to need one of these dragon hearts, which is going to need the ether gas, which is what we're working towards. But we've got the hamburger. So we were after this magmalith, which we now have. Okay, so we use the magmalith and deep slate. Okay, that's a blank slate. Let's go home. Oh, that was fast. Okay, so the other thing is the soul stone. Needs another double compressed. So we want some more deep slate. Piece of that. Let's go back to the world engine. Soulstone. And there's the life stone. I only really want one of you, because on a pedestal. Maybe we put you there. Can we put you there? Keep hold of you. Alright, so we've got that. Right, fiery blood. So we need a loot fabricator. Right, loot fabricator is obsidian plate, replicator enclosure, elite control units. Okay, let's grab a loot fabricator. Alright. Obsidian plate. So you could set this back up. Because we took you down. So let's go set that back up. So I'm going to want a spout. I'm going to want a press. Going to want another press. Shaft. Gonna want some conveyor. What are you called? You are
Belt up.
belt. I need kelp. Hmm. Yeah, I could do it there. And then the spout can go there. Encased. chain drive. Okay, cool. So that will do those. So now... And we'll need a funnel. Nope, 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 nope. Let's grab a chest. Let's grab a barrel. We can do that. And then mechanical. Then you. Right, and then what we're gonna get is one of these. Alright, obsidian plate. And then we want an advanced pattern, extended pattern, encoder. We want one of these guys. And then we take you and we say, you go up and you go... So you're going up, you're going west. Target the north face, target the down face of the machine. Is that right? Obsidian plate. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are instead. You are east, and you are. Sorry, you are up. East and up. Is that not right? Problem is, I can't even tell if you've got a bloody... Like, you've not got anything in you. You're an advanced pattern provider. You don't need to be extended, do you? As well. Lava goes up. You go east. Lava goes up. Dust goes east. Each row contains a set of buttons that... Advanced extended pattern provider. If a single item cannot be inserted into the specified faces, no items will be inserted directionally. So let's cancel you. This is the east face. Each row contains inserted into the left slot, decoded and all raw ingredients and displayed in the list. Each row contains a set of buttons that represent all possible block faces to which the ingredient can be sent to. Leaving the selection in the A will send it to whatever face is directly connected to the pattern provider, while choosing a specific face will force that to be where the items are inserted. Advanced patterns can only be decoded properly by the advanced extended pattern provider. Behave like a normal pattern if used in other types. If a single item cannot be inserted into the direct specified face, no items will be inserted directionally, and a standard pattern provider behavior will be applied. Yeah, so target the up face, target the east face. So you should be going there. And you're online. This is the north face. Which means this is the east face. This is up. Let's try a different tank. There's a like the singularity tank maybe. It's definitely not working. So bizarre. Right, in which case, let's grab an export. Okay, you're at least emptying there. Okay, we've got obsidian plate. And replicator enclosure. Alright, and then a loot fabricator. What are you missing? Nothing. Should be able to craft that now. And in fact, you've started crafting that. Let's cancel that one because that's probably one that's left over. Wait, are you... Why are you blocked? Oh, have you run out of channels? Right, I need another pair of P2Ps. Well, we can do a pink dense smart cable there. Let's grab my memory card. You can go in there. We're gonna actually put you there. And have you there. And then if we go down here, and we drop the PMP there, sure. So now we have our loop fabricator. So you're going to need power. So I'm going to grab a relay crystal here. And where's my binder? So I'm going to link you to that. So that I can link you to there. I think that's positioned well. Perfect. Pretty much perfect. Let's grab like 2 of these. And drop 1 there. Link you to there. I'm going to take all of this, oops, all of this power away. Ah, you're the hood config there. So let's put you over there. Put you there. Sure, put the shield hood up there. And let's actually disable those 2. Link you to there, link you to there. And then we can get rid of you. As well. Wireless. We can take all the energy cards out of these now. And then we link you to these. To this. To that. Nice. So that is all linked into that wirelessly. This doesn't need it. That does. But I can clear that up at another point. Okay. So we've got the Life Stone, we've got Infused Dragon's Breath, we've got Draconian Core, we're setting up Fiery Blood. So where do I actually want... What do I actually want to do? Oop, ow. I feel like I should do it maybe back here. Yeah, maybe this is a good place for it. Right, okay, wireless. And let's get a relay. Let's get like 5 of these relays. Okay, you have power going this way. Okay, you have got full power. Right, hang on. Data model. So let's grab another loot fabricator. Oh, can you not go into... Hang on. Ah, you go into the simulation chamber. That's what you are. I need the simulation chamber. We can cope with those. Right, hang on. Simulation chamber. Which goes in. Yeah, we're gonna need some of this. So we need mending Neurogel. Mending Neurogel. Fluorescent jelly. And then calcarine this stuff. Right. Forgotten dust. Dropped by infected bookshelves on being broken and upon being decayed. Oh, I can't even remember how to get that. Infected bookshelf. Oh, it's the bibliophage. Cognitive flux. Let's cook up all of this stuff. So I need a bibliophage. Astute assembly. Gold. And a sapling of some description. Bookshelves. Let's just grab these bookshelves. So do you infect neighboring bookshelves? Can I silk touch one of you? No. So you would basically have to keep sort of feeding it bookshelves constantly. We're getting a bit of XP from it. Right, okay, so that's a bibliophage got. That's some forgotten dust dot. So I need 2 amalgam. Bunch of shards and forgotten dust. And then you and bending Uragel jelly. Oh, you do make 4 of those at least. I'm impressed that it hasn't managed to infect this bookshelf. Oh, no, there it goes. Okay, simulation chamber. Let's power you up. And power you up, and Hydra data model in there. And the Ergast one in there. Can't begin. Missing input prediction matrix. Okay, we need to get you making the prediction matrices. Prediction. Let's do this. Grab an interface and a crafting card. Like so. Like that. And you can have a stack of those in. Oh, there's my configurator. Okay, you fill up with those. And while we have that, I'll take a brief break. Back. Okay, so we are getting generalized twilight prediction and we're getting Ergas prediction. What can we turn you into? Moonworms, firefly, cicadas, live root. Interesting. And what I can do is grab a grab a 2x2. And pull those out. And then from here, we want Fiery Blood. And I don't know what's... Maybe this? Fiery... And then what can we do with this Fiery Blood? Or these Fiery Tears? Oh, so we could have done either. Okay, well, we'll leave you going. So that's those. So the last thing is ether gas. And that's from a drill over the wither. So we are going to need a laser drill and fluid laser base. Right, okay. Fluid laser base. And one of these. Okay, we're going to need 4 of these. Fluid, right, another one. And we're going to need a lens of some description. Dissolution chamber. Okay, that's our laser drill. That's our lens. And I think we do it up here. Let's grab a stasis chamber as well. We're gonna want one of these. Right, stasis chamber is there. I think I need to increase the range of this by just 1. I thought I could buy that from someone. just grab a tier 1 range upgrade. Check that. Oh, can you not take... Guess you can't take range add-ons? Fair enough. Right, we also need some sort of wither containment. Have we got wither proof? So we've got wither roses, wither skeletons. Wither builder. Witherite dust. These withers only make nether stars. Yeah, the only way to get it is to mine the wither. What do you do with MFS? Like, force field projector, coercion, biometric. Force field projector. Tube mode, pyramid mode, cube. Let's grab a cube mode one. And then translates a field, displacing it away from the origin. Ow. I need to stop hitting that. Focus matrix, tube mode, pyramid, custom mode, scales the scale of a certain component, rotates it, capacity. I think we just want a bunch of these. Fortron coercion. Let's just get a coercion deriver and just go like that. You're a relay. What do we put in the frequency? Is it like at MFFS? Frequency cards, that's it. Frequency card. Use while sneaking to generate a random frequency. So why haven't you got any Fortron in you? Because you're on the same frequency. Maybe I need the manual for... Let's grab the force field handbook. Right. Machines. Force field projector. Supply of Fortron by linking it to a nearby Fortron capacitor. Fortron capacitor. Okay, so you are now getting... Okay, so you are linked there. You are getting Fortron. That is going up. Right, translation. So let's scale. Let's translate you up one. Translate you west. And then scale you that way. I don't actually need to translate you that way. I need to put you there. Alright, I want to scale that way, and then we want to scale that way. Let's scale like that way, and scale like if we scale one that way and then translate another one that way. Hang on. Let's start this again. Right, I want to translate you 3 that way. Okay. Okay. So now if we scale you up, are you a hollow box? Are you a... Is cube mode hollow? Force field projection... Scale module, speed module, capacity module... A biometric identifier... Biometric... First assign rights to the card left here. So I need a blank card. Identification card, sure. Allows players to configure. I'm just going to put that as the master. And then I assume what I do then is this. Oh, hang on. Let's copy that. Then do you go in there? How do you work? The biometric identifier. For example, right, usage, configure the biometric identifier to open its GUI and place an identification card in the top left item slot variable right. The identification card is blank. You can either shift right click it. Next, set the permissions you wish the player to have by toggling the buttons on the right side of the GUI. Each button assigns the following permissions. Oh, you can sneak through them. I think that horribly killed me. Yeah, that undying module fired. Okay, so it is hollow. Okay, so that's good. So we can sneak. Okay, okay. And the next thing we're gonna need to do is make sure that stasis is powered. I guess there's a loop B just hanging around there. So the next question is, will you function There we go, there we go. Right, okay, and now we can make sure we've got you in there. Right, let's grab a wither builder, because this is probably gonna be how we're gonna have to get this thing built. Oh, you need ether gas for that? Okay. Ah! I thought I was out. Right, are you producing ether gas? We have got some ether gas in there. Slowly. Okay, so we're getting ether gas. Oh, I need to... put you back on, put you back on. You back on there. You go into there. Hang on. Stone. Why are you... Oh, you need to be reactivated, and then you need to refire. Okay. Right, well, so we've got the ether gas. Let's store it in a fluid tank. And grab a storage bus. And you are only ether gas. Let's just make sure we... Yeah, so we need to be on this side. So actually we need to be here. Let's grab regular stone. And we need more cable, which we have some cable there. And we should be able to craft you... But now we should be able to craft this dragon heart if we tell it how to craft. in there. It needs a whole bucket. It needs a whole bucket of it. What level are we at here? 152. Or 151. Yeah, that is working. You are... You are at 400. Okay, you are... I don't know what that button's for, and I don't want to push it. Okay, well, you're working anyway. And that's in a chunk, so I'm not horribly worried about that. Just a little bit worried about having a wither in my base. But, you know, what's the worst could happen? Like, it wouldn't destroy anything if there's no one here. 4, 3... This is building up as well. That's building up a backlog. This is building a backlog. Slowly. Okay, so that is working. We are slowly getting ether gas. You take 135. I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna make this wither builder just in case, because I will probably want it at some point. Now, how do you work? Can I move you? I don't think I can move you. I think you always just build up. Yeah, so I think we'd have to put it right where next to the stasis chamber. Yeah. Okay, well we'll drop you in there. Another chance cube. And then you are going to need Awakened Draconium. And that is the Draconium trick in. Draconium blocks. A Dragon Heart. So we're going to need a Dragon Heart. These are really hard to automate because you have to sort of craft each. Ugh. So annoying to craft. Because I don't even have the other GUIs. We can clear you. We can clear you. So the interdiction matrix, while only being able to operate in a radius 1 block per scale, when powered by Fortron and with a biometric identifier on its frequency, it can use installed modules to perform various key functions such as killing hostile module mobs, denying block interaction without the use of chunk claims or among team members, and warning the general public. Yeah, so we could... Let's grab an interdiction matrix. Let's grab an interdiction matrix. I think you will. You go to 400. Hang on, let's grab another coercion. In fact, we can go down here. So you're at minus 400. 3-8, 6-8, 3-8. Okay, you're starting to go up now. Okay, we're safe. So the interdiction matrix. One block per scale module. Mob. Okay, so you... And then scale. Speed. Silence. Inverter. So I think if we turn you on, that will kill. But I don't think that wither's formed yet. I think that's the thing. Have we got a creeper? Yes. Nice. So if we need to kill the wither, we can do it with the interdiction matrix. But we keep that turned off until we need it. And I think we've just fired that. And we need 12 of these fusion. Awaken Draconium. I think the trick is going to be get the chickens. I think that's going to be the trick. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to get some. I think we want a slow melter. We're gonna get some meat ingots. Because we're gonna want this meat for the Skystone chicken, the Timey Wimey chicken. Let me just check what level of seed are we on? We need tier 8 seeds. And then we're going to need tier 9 seeds. Alright, tier 8 seeds. These are actually relatively easy. We're going to need empowered, emeraldic, alright, emeraldic. Hey, maybe. How's it going? Hope you're doing well, mate. Right, okay, so these we want emeraldic. In here. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Not looking forward to having to, you know, go back to the office, but that's the problems of yeah, imagine having a job, exactly. I need to make sure you're not those. It's the perils of being off for like weeks. Or forever, it feels like. 2026. Job in 2026 madness. Right. Empowered emeraldic. Let's get these things going. Something keeps electrocuting you. And you don't know what it is. Have you... Oh, yeah. I find the max, if you've got it plugged in, is it plugged into the mains? At the minute. Because I find the max will... Yeah, if you're touching the body, they're not earthed very well. I don't know what it is. Like on a MacBook Pro, if I've got it plugged in, I'll get shocks off it. Oh, you're not actually near it? Oh, well. Short grass. Okay, that's interesting. To craft short grass. Short grass. I don't have any generalized. Let's grab some bone meal and some shears. I should have some shears in here. Oh yeah, I did get the short grass. Okay, so that's the short grass got. So on the down, on the insert is that crystal. On the down, on the insert is lime dye. On the down, insert slime ball. Down, insert sapling. Down, insert that. And then you on the down extract the empowered emeraldic, and then you end up in there, which is where we want. Right, and then I need tier 8 chicken souls. I do have some tier 7 chicken souls. You know how I can play this game for long. Like, these sorts of packs, these sorts of mod packs are good. I like these because they're progression. So you have this quest book, so you're constantly progressing through, doing the next thing and then the next thing. So it's rather than being so open-ended like Minecraft usually is. And I'm very much in a post-scarcity society here, where, you know, I've got creative flight, I've got a wither in a box, who I am mining for special wither gas. You know, I've got this giant ball of energy. I'm probably going to make a giant nuke that if it goes horribly wrong, yeah, I'm just showing off, really. But if this thing goes off, if the generator from this mod, if it explodes, is essentially a nuke for about 500 blocks. It's an absolutely massive explosion. It's kind of hilarious. Right, let's go to the world engine. and craft these chicken souls. So you are gonna need level 8 chicken souls, so I'm gonna need... Oh, I need more. Soul. Need another nether star here. Right, let's go home. And we're gonna need another 1x1 oak drawer. And then I need my linking tool, and with my that, and you get added into there. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's unlock you from that. Because I don't want the... I want the 8s in there. And then you and you. Right. So let's just trash these. Yeah. Trash those, and you go to tier 8 chicken seeds. Tier 7, tier 7s, tier 7s. And you can go away. Cool. So I've got tier 8 chicken seeds. So I need meat. I need to get meat. So I've got liquid meat, but I need to convert that liquid meat into the other kind of meat. So I think what we're going to have to do is cast the liquid meat into meat ingots, and then Melt the meat ingots. Cosmic meatballs. Yeah, melt the meat ingots. Into meat. In a foundry? Yeah, we'll do it in a foundry. Right. Foundry. Do we do the foundry here, or maybe what we do is down here? Foundry controller. Like, so use this productive metalworks. At metal. So I'm gonna need drain. A black foundry drain. Foundry tank. Black foundry capacitor? What's a capacitor? For the foundry to function, it requires fuel in the center foundry. You can either right-click a bucket into the tank or supply fuel via the pipe. That doesn't tell me what a capacitor is. Foundry tank blocks. What is a capacitor? You can replace the fluid heating coils with powered or high powered. Oh, right, okay. So you pour redstone on black flat fire bricks. I think we'll just do it with lava. Black fire bricks. Okay, fire bricks are fire clay. Throw you in there. Invalid structure or missing bottom starting block. Valid blocks are foundry bottom blocks, found block, Minecraft air. The bottom of the foundry has to be made up of coils. Okay. Foundry coil. Heating coils. Okay. Okay, heating coil. We want 6 of them. 5. There we go. You're on now. Right, and then you a dripping upgrade from the Infernal? Okay. Let's grab a fluid draw. And a pusher. Upgrade. I assume this works. So you there, you the dripping upgrade. And then you are every second generating a little bit of lava. There we go. Right, and gonna move the controller over. Because I want a casting table. And I need an ingot cast, which means I need to pour steel. So I need steel, 4 blocks of steel. 4. Right, what are you? Spout? Productive. Is it a channel? Foundry tap. Okay, now we're gonna grab cable. So we run cable here. And then there. Grab an export bus. Oh, no, I don't want to put liquid meat into you. I want to put meat ingots into you. Yeah, I want to put meat ingots into you. Okay, and then you are going to be a fluid draw. And then you here. Cables. And then we want the exporter, and here is the liquid meat. And then I assume you still do that. And then you. So you got plenty of lava. Yeah, you got 4 buckets of lava. And we could make this larger. I was thinking I'd want the meat out of that, but no, I actually only care about the meat. This meat. Alright, and then, okay, you awaken feathers. Awaken feathers are actually really easy. And can I make now a draconium chicken? I need some tier 8 seeds. That should be pretty easy. And then we just wait, and you should be crafting. Oh, we probably need the heat. Yeah, we need to turn that heat up. I have like got 4 of these. 625. Ooh. Needs to be even more. Right, can we... You are still running. I assume this one takes a long time to run. While that's running, there's another thing in Roost I actually want to try that I noticed the other day. This Roost feeder and the collector. Because I noticed there was... Let's grab these coin... There it is. Draw generators. Yeah, so Roost Feeder and Roost Collector can deliver seeds and pick up items from any nearby roost up to 30 blocks away. The Roost Feeder allows you to filter which seeds can be fed to which roost. You must select a roost to collect resources from by clicking the plus on the left to show X. So what it means is let's put our feeder there. Hang on, let's name you Chicken. Let's name you Light Blue. Let's name you Amethyst. So I think if we get Chicken, Amethyst, that's basically all of these. So you have to click you all on. But this does mean we could potentially rearrange this room a bit. Because this room was all sort of predicated on needing access. So if we take that out, do you... Or do we now have to tell you all to get fed? Yeah, so I think what I have to do is configure all of these. All of these get configured. Okay, so now we can wrench all of these out. Hey, hey, how's it going? Good morning. Right, we can clear so many of these back now. Reality. And we can get you cleaned up. I am cleaning up these chickens, as well as a load of draconic. But it turns out there is a feeder for wirelessly feeding things, and then there is a collector for wirelessly collecting everything. And we turn all of these on. And we hope that it does at most one stack. We may want to upgrade. We may want to upgrade some storage. This is such a fiddly interface when you've got a lot of these chickens. Yeah. Nearby roofs, 1819. This is the range. Well, we'll just set the range to max. And set the range here to max. Like, it's so fiddly. Or like some sort of default. But it does mean that I can now wrench all of these. And clear all this. And then here we can grab all of these guys as well. And everything potentially there is away. Now I've got to wonder if this having more than one, like osmium there, pink dye, so we might have to like keep hitting this until we've got sort of individual things. You see, we're duplicated on the pink dye again. Oh, aluminium. Yeah, I don't know if it is. I could filter this manually. Like I could go through and go, right, okay. Like white dye. I could do that. To make sure that's all filled, like you But the other thing I wanted is because now we've got this draconium chicken. And you will produce for me draconium ingots. And you are the Nether Star chicken, which means we can go in there. And you are now producing draconium ingots. Right. You can go in there. I don't think I've got Nether Stars in here either. So you are probably okay. But I mean, we can replicate up those. You got a draconium chicken? Probably from a loot bee. Probably from a loot bee. Oh, that's the bibliophage. Okay, so we're still working. We need these now. So I need awakened draconium. Which is needing draconium ingots. Hang on. Awakened draconium, fusion crafting. Right, hang on. So let's go up here. Awaken draconium. We need draconium blocks. I need 4 of those. And I need 6 draconium cores. One, two, three, four, five, 6. And while you're here, and you need a dragon heart. Did the stuff I posted in the Insurgers Discord make sense to you as well? Did that cover what you need? Dragon heart. I do need one of these. Did I use it for something? But if it's enchanting, apothic enchanting, you end up with different. These bookcases all have different abilities on them, and my jade's not working for some reason. But like bookshelf, the hell shelf, for example, lets the Eterna go up to 45 and the Quanta go up to +3. And then when you're enchanting something, let's say like this, it changes. Hey, caffeine. It changes the enchantments that you're able to get based on these values, and that's like the max level. That's like chaos, so it does a plus or minus on the level, and then Arcana gives you rarity. Okay, we throw the dragon heart into there. Right, and now we can go take you, and we can clear this. And we can replicate you, but Nether Metallic, Living, and Earth, Quantum. How do I not have the crafting CPUs? Oh, because you need an absolutely massive one. You need 200k, 256k, is that? Mega crafting storage. Let's try one of you. If I put you there, yeah, it was just it just needed a big storage. Dragon heart, so you there. So you are now crafting a dragon heart for me. It's like 32k of each of these. Oh, if you want to know, so like modded XP. Right, modded XP. Right. So hostile neural networks. So this is one of them. So hostile neural networks is one thing you can do. I haven't got any prediction. So what you need is a simulation chamber. One of these. And they're not terrible to make. You need some obsidian plates, some mending neurogel, and some elite control circuits. And what you do is you put in a data model, and you can buy the data models. So you can buy them from the shops. So you can buy all these different data models. And you put the data model in, and you'll get so you need to give them fuel, and you need to give them prediction thingies. But what you'll get out of them is this overworld prediction. And you can basically just eat that. So like, I think it might be the overworld one that you can eat. Generalized. I think you can. I was pretty sure you could eat one of them. But yeah, that will get you the prediction, the generalized prediction, and it will also get you these predictions here, which you put into a loot fabricator. So I've got Hydra predictions here. I've got Ergas predictions here. And that, so you put that into a loot fabricator, and that'll get you these things out of it. The other thing you could do is use spawners. Spawners and like conveyors, and then a mob grinder, and then I've just got a experience holder here collecting all the XP. And that's the really easy one. It's just using spawners. I've got these set up. Yeah, so apothic spawners. If you silk touch a spawner. So if I grab a spawner. In fact, let's grab a spawn egg. Let's grab a something nice that I've got a few of. I'll grab a slime one. I'll grab a zombie one. So this is a zombie spawner, and you can right click them with different things to increase their or decrease their stats. So if you hit it with a comparator, where are you? Comparator. You can make it on and off with redstone. So that's probably the first thing to hit it with. The next thing to hit it with is a soul lantern. So if you hit it with a soul lantern, it'll ignore light. If you hit it with a conduit, it'll ignore like all conditions. So if it needs to spawn in water, it'll ignore that sort of thing. And then what you can do is you can hit it with clocks to reduce. So they have a minimum spawn and a maximum spawn time. So if I grab one of my spawners, I've got a ton of them in here. So this has a minimum spawn time and a maximum spawn time. So if you hit it with a clock, the max delay will go down. If you hit it with sugar, the minimum delay goes down. And then if you hit it with gas tiers, so you can see this is like spawns 3 zombies at once. And takes forever. Whereas this one spawns basically instantly and spawned like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 skeletons. Because I've got this one set. If we look at Jade. So you can see this one set to minimum of 20, maximum of 20. It'll spawn up to 16 at once to a maximum of 32. The activation range is 24, so that's how far away I can be. And then how far from the spawner it'll spawn. And then I've just got, as my actual XP farm, I've got this thing collecting all the XP. And then in here I've got a Vindicate, an Enderman, and a Creeper spawner. So it gathers up, using this absorption hopper to gather all the items. They get shoved into this chest. And then this modular router puts them into here. Jade sort of is working. Something's really funny's going on with it. But yeah, when I'm like that, it's bizarre. I'm sure it's draconic. Yeah, so, and I've got mine teed up for redstone, and there's a couple of things that trigger, so if I don't have enough source in the system, like, it'll fire. If I need gunpowder or emeralds or ender pearls, it'll fire. But I've got like tons. And you can use spawn eggs. That's the other thing. So this currently is a zombie spawner, but if you use a spawn egg on it, now it's a slime spawner. And the trick with spawn eggs, to get spawn eggs, is the capturing. Is the capturing book. So this enchantment. So if you get capturing, that'll cause people to drop their spawn eggs. So then you just go out and kill them. So if I turn this one So I've got no spawn eggs on me. And now I've got slime spawn egg from that. It's not a guarantee, but... Right, I think I'm going to call it there for now. I think that's a good place to call it. We've got... In fact, what I'll do before I go, actually, Are you still crafting that? How come you're still crafting that? You should have... You've got plenty of matter for it. Replication tasks. Yeah, I did manage to craft one. Right, let's craft up some awakened blocks before we finish. I was going to do this manually. Wow, so we need a lot of those. So we're going to need to properly... I think we are going to need to teach you how to craft those. That's just interesting as to why you're not working. Yeah. Deal with that next time. Anyway, that will do for now. So I will say thank you for watching. And let's go raid. Raid somewhere. We normally raid. Ba -ba -ba. X is playing some Hollow Knight. Go over there, go say hi. Find someone new. If you're not following X, go follow him. And I'll catch you next week.